All right, so once again, we are using a complementary color scheme for our next shape. Let's review. Complementary is two opposite colors on the color wheel. So we have green and red, that was our last combination, yellow and purple, and this time I'm going to be using orange and blue. So looking at a sphere, we have our areas of value, our highlight closest to the light source, followed by quarter tone, the mid-tone right in the middle, the base tone is going to be furthest away and it's going to be the darkest. Reflected light is at the bottom, and then cast shadow will be on the surface that our sphere is sitting on. So here we have an actual sphere. We have our light source coming in through this direction. So you see that this area up here is the lightest part of the ball. Right in front of us, this is called the midtone. So this part is perpendicular to our light source. And in our drawing, it's going to be the actual color of our sphere. On this side, we have our base tone. This part of the ball you can see is furthest away from our light source, meaning it's going to be the darkest part of our sphere. Down here in this area is our reflected light. As you can see, the light source is bouncing off of my shirt, which is red, giving it a slightly red tint down here. And on the table, outlined here, is our cast shadow. So just like with our cylinder over here, I'm going to start with a base layer using my orange, and then I'm going to work my way into getting darker and richer values in those areas like our base tone back here and the mid-tone right in the center.
Welcome to Lee Carvalho's Putting Challenge. I am Carvalho. You have chosen a 3-wood. May I suggest a putter? 3-wood. Now enter the force of your swing. You have entered our drive. You have entered our drive.
So I used my orange and I got everything from my highlight into the quarter tone around it, that mid-tone right through here, and even in that base tone I filled in with the orange colored pencil. Now at this point I'm going to go ahead and add that complement into my darker areas. So back in my base tone, I want to get this filled in with a layer of that blue. And we're going to start to notice that it gets a much darker value, because of course when we mix two complements together, we get that neutral gray.
Entered our drive. Now enter the force of your swing. You have entered our drive. You have entered our drive. I suggest another touch. You have entered our drive. 7, 8, 7, 2 swing.
So now that I've added in some blue, we can see those darker values start to come through. So now I can switch back to my orange pencil and cover those up so I can get those complementary colors blended together nicely. Remember, we want to have each of these areas of value blended together. We're not just drawing one blue shape in the back here to represent our shadow. We are actually combining our colored pencils together.
Carvalho's Putting Challenge.
Oh, then may I please rent it, please?
No, you may not. I am all out. Carvalho's Putting Challenge. Carvalho's Putting Challenge.
Ball is in. Parking lot. Would you like to play again?
And now that I've completed that, we can start to add our cast shadow down below. So I want to just very carefully highlight where we want that to be. It's going to be a circular shape because of our round sphere. So I'll just be going back and forth between orange and blue once again, probably pushing more towards the blue because we want this to be very dark.
You have selected no. You have entered our drive. You have entered our drive. You have entered our drive.
Well, life is like a box of chocolates.
You have entered our drive. You have
So that finishes up our cast shadow, the darkest part of our sphere. So we have our highlight right up in here, which is light with just a tiny bit of orange, moving into the quarter tone, the mid-tone right around here, our base tone coming up along the back side of our sphere, the reflected light down below, and then finally the cast shadow. And that's going to complete our complementary sphere.